excuse my eating. I'm having lunch at the same time.
That's alright. We're going to talk to you today about the last episode that was out, Praxeus, and what we thought on it, really.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I think the thing is, if this had been in last series, I think we would have been talking about how good it was.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, because I think a lot of this series has been quite good anyway.
Yeah.
But I think coming off of the last episode, I think was always going to be a tough act to follow, quite a bit. I think, so that's probably why this one suffered a little bit.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
It's never going to make any of my top lists.
No.
But I thought it was a solid effort.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't a favourite of mine particularly. My first thought was, it's a bit like The Birds. And I think there is that sort of reference in there, isn't it, when they're chasing after that kid that gets killed and no one ever mentions or sees again. Yeah. That Amar or whatever he was called. That then a couple of scenes later, Graham and that bloke are out on the beach and they're like, what? They just can't see this dead body on the beach? Do the birds eat him? What do what do they do?
It does that burst thing that they've been doing where they just...
Oh yeah, presumably, yeah, because the
really
birds that carry it. I liked that effect actually, and I liked the look of the virus when it was going up them and whatever. No, I thought it was a bit like The Birds, and I think there were some scenes where you could see that. The bit where they come through the glass is sort of a bit where they come through the chimney into the house and the birds. Too much medical examination stuff, boring me. This is not just Doctor Who, this is, you know, in any programme where they're like, ooh, there's this virus and we've got to sort it out. And then they sort of go for all this pathogen stuff, and I'm just like, oh, God. But like you said before,
I actually love that sort of stuff.
I liked seeing the Doctor doing something. I liked seeing her solving the problem.
Using her big old brain.
So on that side of it, I quite liked it, but I'm not a big fan of all that sort of stuff. Scary monsters, they've sort of crossed between gas mask zombies and the plague doctors. They sort of had that mask on. But I wish they'd made more of them. I wish they'd been in them a little bit more. Because I think they had the thing there to be quite scary. Yeah. Especially, and I think it is that whole thing, isn't it? When you see like people in hazmat suits and stuff like that, it is quite scary. And I liked the whole costume. They were sort of completely sealed up, and the Praxeus infection looked really cool. Yeah. I liked the design of it. They sort of looked like bones and things like that. It reminded me of, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was a program called Channel Zero. No, and I think the first series was something or other Cove, and it had this monster that was made out of teeth.
Oh, lovely.
And he rattled every time he walked.
Like everyone's favourite, Tim Shaw.
Yeah, but done better. How Tim Shaw should have been done. But they looked quite a bit like him. You know, sort of made up of all like the bones and stuff like that. The virus when they covered you up completely. No, I thought that looked really cool. I liked the LGBTQ characters.
LGBTQ+.
That's the one. I liked them, and I'm quite glad they didn't do the thing where they kill one or the other of them off at the end, like they do in quite a few TV series.
Yeah.
Which was also something that I saw was on Twitter. They were like, oh, you know, good. But no, I liked the fact, and I liked that they did have a bit of development, and they weren't just sort of there, unlike some of the other characters that were in it. Which brings me on to my next point. Suki and I've got the lad, because I forgot his name, but I only just remembered it, that Amar, were pretty pointless characters, really. Amar did nothing but stand around and then get killed, Tippi Hedren style, about halfway through it.
Tippi Hedren doesn't die in The Birds.
Well, no, but, you know, she gets attacked by him, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But, you know, he dies The Bird style, and then Suki kind of does nothing, but I would have liked when they were like, oh, there's loads of plastic in the birds. And I was like, oh, are they autons then? Is this going to be an auton story? And I thought Suki was going to turn around, or they were going to turn around to Suki and half her hand had dropped away. And she was going to have like a gun or something in her hand. But she didn't, and then she was just sort of there, and then she points a gun at the Doctor, and then she's gone and blows up, and, you know, whatever. I thought she was pretty pointless, really. I think they should have made more of her being a baddie sooner on.
Or
we should have seen her being a baddie.
I think the opposite, but so what they should have done really was make her more useful. Pretty much all she did was she had like one line I think where she says something sciencey, but otherwise all she did was the doctor said, "Have you got this?" and she goes, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah,
that was about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's the bit where she's like, "Oh, you're very well equipped for somewhere that's in the middle of nowhere." Yeah. But no, I thought they were pretty useless. And then they mentioned the Autons.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, are they Autons?" And I was like, oh, "The Autons!" And then my next point is, I wanted the Sea Devils to turn up, and I think it would have made a great two-parter. You know, you said the bit in the submarine, but I thought it would have been quite good if they were on the beach and then all of a sudden something happens and they come out of the water.
Well, it was early on. They
something.
mentioned that a submarine's gone missing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I also wondered if that's why, like, if it was a new interpretation of the Sea Devils, and that was why they were in the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
So you know how the Cyberians got a redesign and they no longer have the eye, but they've got a tongue and so their anatomy is slightly different. Yeah. I was wondering if we were going to get some Sea Devils that can't go on land.
Yeah.
And that was the whole...
That was the whole breathing stuff. And yeah, I would have liked it to have been the Sea Devils. I'm not going to lie. I wanted the Sea Devils in it.
Because the virus kind of looked like shells. I think what it's meant to be is like bits of plastic.
Yeah.
But it looked like shells, like seashells. But...
Yeah. No, I did want the Sea Devils to turn up when they, like when you said, when Yaz and that girl, Gabriella or whatever she was called, go down into the underground base and they're sort of wandering around. I would have liked for them to come face to face with a Sea Devil and then everybody's like, oh my god, you know, the Sea Devils are back. I liked Graham in his glasses. I thought that was quite funny. And when I was watching it with Mum and she went, oh, he looks a bit funny with his glasses on. I've never seen Bradley Walsh with glasses on. I quite like that. And I saw people kicking off that he was like, oh, but how would he know how to make an IV drip? And it's like, well, it's not actually that difficult, but he's also a cancer survivor.
Who was married to a nurse.
Yeah, so he would know how to make these things. And then I've got overall, I enjoyed it, but I think...
They even kind of reminded you of that in the episode when he says finally it's coming, you know,
yeah.
something good coming from it. Because obviously it's not a nice thing to... I bet your mum could hook up an IV.
I expect she probably could, and she's a nurse as well. And she's not a nurse, she's a care worker as well, so I expect she could probably make something like that. She would know how to sort of do it, I should imagine. I've got overall, I enjoyed it, and I quite liked the message in it about plastic pollution. I thought it was handled better than Orphan 55 did it, where it wasn't tacked on at the very end.
I said to someone earlier on is that retrospectively this has kind of lowered my opinion on Orphan 55.
Yeah,
because I feel like it worked better. I
think it's virtually the same story, isn't it? But just done in a better way.
It's the same message, and I don't think you should. Doctor Who's always been political. I don't like it when people are like, oh, it suddenly got.
Yeah.
But I feel like you shouldn't be hammering the same message too often in the same series unless it is attached to the overarching plot. So I think this episode did it better.
I think this episode did it a lot better. But again, I think it could have been handled possibly a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think if they're going to do something like that, look at John Pertwee's era, where they sort of had stories like Colony in Space, The Mutants, The Green Death, Invasion of the Dinosaurs. They're all about... They're all these political stories, but it's part of the plot.
The massive, like, maggots?
That's the Green Death.
That is the Green Death.
That's basically what Arachnids in the UK was
should
have
been,
but it wasn't because Green Death is a great story. But they're all their political messages and stuff are part of the plot.
Yeah.
They're not...
Like this one.
Like this one was. They're not with messages hammered on at the end like Orphan 55 was. Mm-hmm. You know, it's still an important message, but it should have been a part of the story the whole way through. You know, we should have known earlier on that that's what had happened, which this one is about pretty much from the beginning, is about the plastic pollution.
Onto my stream of conscious this time. Straight into it. Literally straight into the action. Good.
Yeah.
I've said that...
And it wasn't as disorientating this time as Orphan 55 was, where they're sort of virtually straight into it.
Yeah,
I kind of got it straight away.
I didn't have an issue with it. Orphan 55. It was one of my favourite things on it. It was just went into it, but that's, you know... until they leave the shop, it is not a crime. You know when he rugby tackles that guy?
Yeah.
I was like, do your research. As annoying as it is, you cannot actually do anything to a shoplifter until they have exited the building.
Yeah, because then it's stealing.
Then it's stealing.
Yeah.
You can approach them, get them to hand it over and all that, but you can't do anything physical until they leave the building. As soon as they leave the
building,
building,
he'd done that. He pushes him into like bottles of water or something.
Yeah. As soon as he leaves the building, you can rugby tackle them.
Yeah.
So when I thought they were going to mention that actually when the lady was like, "What are you doing?" But no, and he was a police officer later, so that makes that point even worse.
Yeah.
As a criticism for me.
Oh, I've forgotten he was a policeman as well.
Yeah. So at the beginning, when they keep going off all to these different places. It felt more like a previously on, you know what I mean? That sort of than an episode.
I must admit, I didn't put that on my list, but I wasn't a big fan of that. This
Yeah.
one, I think there was a little bit too much. We're here, now we're here, now we're there, now we're back here, and now we're sort of, there was too much running around.
Yeah.
I think it all should have been in one place, specifically.
Yeah, definitely. The all splitting up thing I thought was quite good, though, actually. The setup that they'd all gone off to do different jobs.
Yeah.
Yaz is starting to talk like a cop.
Yep.
That made me really happy.
Yep, because she sort of tells the other policeman off a little bit, doesn't she? When they're trying to kick the door down.
And then my next note was about when the thing exploded. The lady blew up.
Yeah, I thought it was quite a creepy scene, actually, when they're in the hospital.
Damn!
Yeah.
That's my note. I thought that was like, I want a whole episode of that.
Yeah. It was quite a surprise, wasn't it? I thought she was going to be like a zombie thing that sort of comes around. I thought that was quite a creepy scene, actually,
you know,
that whole
hospital. And I put Jodie is on form.
Yeah, I like her in this series so far. She's grown on me quite a bit.
It was so
since the last one.
Where we just go and like poke it. And I'm like, don't touch.
Yeah. You don't know what it is, so why why would you touch it? Yeah.
You could catch literally anything.
Yeah.
Don't
Especially
touch her
in the
was my next note
as well.
Oh yeah, it's when they go through the quarantine zone. I'm like. Then I got, don't touch
I must admit, I did think that when they went through. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, they've got the tape there for a reason. At least wait until the doctor gets there first.
Yeah.
And then do it.
I think the bursting thing is grim in all the best ways that you want a sci-fi death to be. I thought it was brilliant. Why, you know, when they break up, they all go to explore different things. I don't understand why the doctor isn't the one that goes after the alien tech. Because she's the only one that will look at it and go, oh, that's X, Y, and Z. They're doing...
I think someone I saw on Twitter put that the doctor must have already had an idea about what was going on.
He didn't send it as soon as they get to that building. I was like, that's what's going on there. I put go Yaz because as soon as she is on form, she was at that point in the episode. She was MVP companion wise.
Yeah. It was quite nice to see her actually have an episode where she was quite good.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yaz was a bit short with some people in this thing. I quite like that as well. It's a bit of police training. Don't let them talk nonsense for too long. Nothing distracts Jodie in this episode of her walking on the beach, and there's a few people that are like, when they talk. She's got hair. She's white.
Yeah.
It's full of her
it
eyes,
was quite windy as well, wasn't it? From the looks of it.
Yeah. She was still like, nope, just gonna keep
I
going.
think this was the episode they were talking about in Doctor Who magazine, and I think it was Bradley Walsh. They were interviewing him. And he said, we were on location somewhere, and there was just sand everywhere. The wind was just blowing sand everywhere. I know, she didn't let it stop her. Some people would have at least sort of gone like that, or done something to get it out of her face.
Like, nope.
But she had it in her mouth and everywhere, didn't she? Hair in her mouth and everywhere.
That's a bit of Broadchurch training, because she spends a lot of time in Broad... There's thing that was in all the adverts, which is when she runs across the beach, the sand's going over in her hair, and she just drops down and does some brilliant sad mother acting, and She's like, I don't care that I've eaten half of my hair to deliver that line. I love the line. That's why you smell like dead bird.
Yeah. I thought you just changed your shower gel.
A little bit of sonicking in this episode.
Yeah, there wasn't that much. It was mainly her using her brain, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and
which is
sort
good.
Of sorting it out.
It helping not being the answer to everything, which was quite good. I like High Speed 13 when she just hits off lots of different ideas. You know, when she's... it reminded me of that bit in World War 3 when the Ninth Doctor's getting them to give him information. He's like, narrows it down now.
Yeah, I quite like that aspect of it. I don't like it when she's a bit of an exposition machine. And she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And it annoys when she's doing that, but it's when she's working everything out, and I quite like
giving everyone jobs. She was giving everyone jobs, figuring something, giving someone else that job, figuring... I really liked that. I like that the comms are always visible.
Yeah. The little blue things.
The things on their neck.
Yeah.
You can see them in. I liked the message here's why I wrote about that. Microplastics is...
I had heard about that in
I've heard
fish
about
and
that.
stuff like that.
Water, just in...
Is it in water
in
as well?
everyday water. From the tap, it's reached... Plastic has reached that point in our ecosystem that it's why plastic is such a important issue.
Yeah.
We need to cut back on plastic.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Yep. No, I had heard that they're in like fish and stuff like that, and
in everything
and whatnot. Yeah.
It's bad.
I quite like it too. A bit I did like, actually, I didn't put it down, was when I think it was when Graham said something or other about being full of something, and Ryan went, "Yeah, well, you're full of something," or something like that. I was like, that's quite a funny line, actually. That was quite a funny.
I think that was the side look, because Graham looks back at him. I think that's
he's
the
like,
bit I wrote,
I'm not full of plastic. Yeah, well, you're full of something.
Ryan, I'm going to say it now, wins my I'm going to say wins my award for most improved.
Yes, he's not annoying me as much this series.
Because I think Jodie was just so much better in this series.
Yeah.
And maybe more improved than... But I liked her in the first series. I thought she was brilliant to start with. So, most improved goes to Ryan for...
Yep, he's not annoyed me.
You know, me not hating him anymore. He had some funny quips.
Yep.
The birds I wrote down before they mentioned it, just because the way they were flocking.
Yeah.
I was like, yep. The bit where they smash through the chimney. And they were swarming and they were batting at them, remind me. And after that I've got, should have parked closer.
Yeah, because you've got to run along this whole beach first.
Yeah.
Could have at least parked it in the building.
Or just next to it.
Yep.
Would have been fine. The woman that was annoying me, so she's just there to be what Ryan was last series. She's just there to point out obvious stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, that body that you're already looking at, look at it. Like, trying to reason with her. I was already like, you're talking to a dead woman, Doc. It's too late. It's obvious. She's gonna... Yep, there it is.
And then
Here it comes creeping.
She goes bang.
Even before she started putting the symptoms, I was like, Because then my next note was, knew it!
Yeah.
And then as soon as they were, like, the cop was asking about the equipment, and he was like, and he was like, your job's well easy. I'm like, well, he's staying behind on the ship then.
Yeah.
And then I've got, knew it again. Yeah. How can he work the comms? He manages to call into the TARDIS.
Yeah.
How the hell did
was
he do that?
Was it explained?
Nope.
Was it not explained?
I don't think so.
Because I know it's the arrows, isn't it? One's pointing up, one's pointing down,
it's
and
stick.
left to right. Yeah.
Is that?
But I don't.
Steering is what you asked about. But
yeah, I thought she said there was something on your left-hand side or something that does something. Yeah, and then you had them switches that you could use.
Even if you were just like, and here's the radio, how would you be like,
tune now into the TARDIS.
Immediately know how to call the TARDIS.
Yeah.
That was.
I think it was another sort of like little bit of a rushed ending, really, wasn't it? It was. No, that is a quite good point.
I'm still not a fan of the takeoff leader. You know, when she's running about, and it's great,
isn't it? Yeah.
You know, all this flicking the time dart and all of that, and then just boop. Because that's it.
Is it me, or does it go the wrong way? The lever looked like it goes the wrong way.
It does go down, I think.
Because I think sometimes she's put it up and then pulled it back down again.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I think sometimes it looks like it's going the wrong way.
But it's just this, whereas everyone else had this massive pull crank. And it was such a better action. This is basic. This is the difference between, you know, in a car film and putting it in, like having to put it in gear.
Yeah.
You know when they're having a chase, they've got to move the gear stick around to do the skid.
Yeah.
It's why they don't do it in automatic, where they just go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It doesn't look as...
It doesn't have the excitement factor so much. But those were my thoughts.
Yeah.
It was
decent, wasn't it? But I think sort of coming after the last episode was always going to be a bit of a tough...
Yeah.
A tough job, but...
I don't feel like the Doctor was distracted enough for me in this episode. It looked at one point like they were going to work on it and play with it even, but they didn't. And this is meant to be immediately after the last episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the Doctor should be all over the place. Come on.
Yeah, I think she should have been a little bit more behind than the companions were.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think this should have been the one where the companions work it out, and then the Doctor's like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
Now I know what we're doing. Yeah. But I think the whole way through she should have been thinking back to that one. And I think now that they've set this whole Lone Cyberman, Captain Jack, another Doctor thing up, I think they should have at least mentioned it in this episode. I think from now on, the arc should carry on.
It doesn't
in
necessarily
some way, shape, or form. Not a lot.
Overshadow it, but
like, I think they should have at least mentioned something.
I don't feel like you even needed to mention it. You just needed to show that the Doctor wasn't quite on her game.
Yeah, just to carry on that.
It very much felt like she was on top of her game.
Yeah.
Which normally isn't a criticism, but for this one time, that was something I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah.
Well, that's our thoughts.
Yeah, there you go. That's our thoughts on Praxeus.
You'll never guess what's coming next week, video-wise. Another one.
The next episode actually looks quite good.
What was...
I think it's called Can You Hear Me or something.
Yes.
And it's... I don't know if it's going to be... It looks a little bit like Listen, where they're like, does this thing really exist or does it not exist?
The title sounds like it might be a bit of a spooky one. I like spooky.
I like scary ones. That was our thoughts.
Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that jazz.
And we shall see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.